Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in. This is the first video in a series of videos where I'm going to be explaining in detail how to achieve S rank in every mission in Ready or Not. Now, this video primarily is also for new players coming into the game. As of recording this video, Ready or Not is going to be releasing to console very soon. So I thought that I'd share my knowledge and show some insight, tell you some of the things that I picked up along the way, and try to help some new players. Now, I do want to say that I have completed this game in its entirety and all of its DLC content. I have achieved S rank on almost all of the maps, and the ones that I don't, I hope that I can complete them during this playthrough. Alright, now there's a couple things that I have to talk about in order to achieve S rank. In order to achieve S rank, the biggest thing is that you need to have a perfect game. You can't lose any points at all. You can't harm yourself or your teammates, whether that be with bullets or flashbangs or explosives of any kind. You can't allow hostages or civilians to die in any way or suffer any harm, and you can't use excessive force. And I'm not 100% on this, so don't quote me on this, but I'm almost positive that you must keep majority, if not all suspects alive, which is why I am mainly going non-lethal, and I suggest if you're playing solo, you do the same. In my game, I am on commander mode, so I do have an AI squad with me.
Have you been down to the
And
garage
Godspeed
yet?
to you if you're playing solo and you don't even have any squad with you, because this game is very challenging. The other thing, you can't waste time. Now, I really suggest, especially for new players, to really take your time playing this game. Learn every map, go slow and steady, take your time, learn the maps, learn the enemies, because when you're going later down the line through the missions, the enemies are going to have more armor, they're going to be more aggressive, they will have more firepower. I'm pretty sure every mission is different for the window of time you're allowed in order to achieve S rank, but please, especially if you're a new player, take your time, take 30 minutes, 45 minutes, whatever you need to do per mission in order to complete it. Learn the game, learn the maps, figure out your play style, do whatever you have to do. But once you're comfortable, play the map a couple times over if you need to. Try to get some rhythm going and some speed. Try to get through the rooms as fast as you can. Try to clear the enemies as fast as you can. Try to get some sort of smooth rhythm going where you can shave off a lot of time. Alright, so now I'm going to be talking about the AI squads. If you are playing with multiple people that you know and you're friends with, you can probably skip over this. But for those who are solo, I'm just going to quickly cover this. So, you have 4 teammates that you will bring along with you. You can fully customize each one of their loadouts to any way that you want, or you can swap them out with other characters. I suggest you do this, and you kind of have to do this when their status is in the red or the yellow. Now, this will only apply to you if you fail a mission and die, or if your squad mates die. Now, when you're further into the game, you will unlock more slots for more officers in reserve in case they die. But I would recommend that you really pay attention to their attributes. You have Negotiator, Paramedic, Intimidator, Armorer. You have Veteran, and you have Kicker. These are all really good in their own way. Now, each playstyle is different, so you switch up how you want these guys to go, but I would personally prefer Negotiator and Intimidator. These two, if you're playing solo, are a guaranteed must. If you're going to be yelling at the enemies, and especially if you're going to be going non-lethal, when you're yelling at the enemies, if you have Negotiator and Intimidator, the chances of enemies surrendering to you are very, very high. Now, personally, I also run Paramedic and Armorer. Paramedic is a little finicky right now. Maybe they'll change him later on. Probably not. But what will happen is Paramedic will save one person's life at the end of the game only if he is himself alive. I'm almost positive about this. I could be wrong, but I'm almost positive about that. Anyway, if somebody dies, he can bring back that one life. only one though. But either way, if a teammate dies, you're not getting that S rank. So I'm also running armor, which improves just the armor of you and your squad. You know, you could probably swap this out with the veteran. But the reason why I don't is that I have most of these guys with gas weapons. Now the reason for this is because gas is a little finicky in this game. It has an area of effect, but it works a little weird. The enemies that are near it and who are hit by it will they won't react to it immediately. It'll take a couple seconds for them, and even when they do, chances are they'll probably run out of the way. But the reason why I have it on these AI teammates is because it's non-lethal, so their stray bullets won't hurt me or the enemies. But the other reason is because if you're clearing out a room and if you have them go first or something like that, they can disperse a lot of gas in that room and make it very easy for you to go in and take it over. Detain suspects, take over the room, whatever. The way that I used my AI teammates is very limited. I'll only really use them when I'm at low health and I want them to clear a room before me. Otherwise, I'm clearing the room first regardless. But the other time I will use them, and this is just kind of passive anyway, they'll tend to do this themselves when a room is cleared, but they will detain suspects and gather evidence automatically and faster than you were to do it yourself. So usually if I'm clearing a room, I will tell an individual person to detain somebody. The AI is a little smart, so they'll probably do it automatically without you having to even tell them. So that's pretty much how I use my squad. Feel free to switch up every I forgot to do it. Oh yeah, you gotta go to the... So yeah, feel free to switch up your teammates however you like. Alright, but now we're gonna go over my loadout. Now this loadout primarily got me through almost every single mission in this entire game. I didn't really switch it up that much, but feel free to play this game however you like. Please don't let me dictate how your class setup goes. Play to your play style. But this overall class should help you to get S rank on every single mission. So, reason why I bring Beanbag Shotgun, and I'm also pairing that up with the flashbangs, is because instead of gas, like I said earlier, this will give you an immediate reaction out of the enemy, whereas gas takes a couple seconds, it's a little finicky, area of effect, yada yada. So, Beanbag Shotgun and flashbangs give you an immediate reaction out of your enemy. Flashbangs blind and disorient, obviously, so it gives you a big window to move in and clear out a room and take down suspects. Beanbag Shotgun doesn't blind them, but it stuns the shit out of them, especially if it's a leg shot, which also gives you a massive window of opportunity to move in, detain that suspect, and clear that room. And because we're running so many flashbangs, I'm also going to be running the anti-flash goggles. Reason why I'm bringing M320 is just to have more flashbangs. That's pretty much it. Depending on the mission, I would also recommend either bringing the tactical shield or the mirror gun. Mirror gun I would probably bring over tactical shield, but in those later missions, these enemies get really aggressive. Tactical shield comes in handy pretty often. But other than that, any other mission, I'm bringing M320 flash just to have extra long range on the flash grenades. So the armor, I kind of strongly recommend, regardless of how your playstyle is, you wear heavy armor steel. Coverage, you get to pick and choose with that one. I'm not too sure if coverage lowers your movement speed. I'm pretty sure that's just material and the armor style itself. But reason why I recommend wearing heavy armor steel. AI in this game is still really, really weird. It always has been. Sometimes they're accurate as hell, sometimes they're not. Especially for new players, you really want to be playing this game slow and methodically and tactically. So you want to really take care of your health, especially later on when these enemies get really strong. The more health you have, the better chances of survival, which is also why I run the face mask, because that will protect you against any stray bullets that want to go right to your face. Of course, please play how you want, but I'm just telling you, based off of general time in game, I have had more times where I survive simply because of my armor rather than anything else. I know it sounds pretty stupid to say and it sounds kind of obvious, but heavy armor really should be a no-brainer, automatic go-to. Now, depending on if you're going lethal or not, if you are going lethal, I would recommend always bringing AP ammo, or at least one mag of hollow point, but almost always bring AP ammo. If you're going shotgun, I would recommend half slug and half buckshot, because you never know what situation you're going to be getting yourself into. For grenade, I am choosing max flashbangs, and for my tactical, I am simply picking the one lockpick gun. It just saves you a lot of time trying to clear buildings, especially if you're in a firefight or you're trying to flank somebody or get away. Having that door opened in a couple less seconds really can save your life in some instances. So I recommend bringing lockpick gun over pepper spray or taser or even the wedge or C2. If you are playing the darker maps, obviously you want to bring NVGs. But there are a couple maps in this game that are set in the daytime but have really dark areas. Not going into spoilers. So, NVGs, you don't have to bring them if you don't want to, but definitely on those darker missions, obviously bring them. But you could also run the flashlight on your weapon. I would actually recommend flashlight over the laser, but my personal play style and the way that I use the shotgun here, I prefer using the laser because I aim off to the side instead of using my full reticle sight. But that's just me. So, now that that's out of the way, once you have your mission selected, since this is the first one in the series, we'll be doing the gas station. Thank you, come again, and we can start.
On you.
Alright, let's do this.
Element, this is Talk. The suspects are refusing to come out or negotiate. You are clear to move in.
Notify Thames.
This is Talk. Make them stable and proceed with mission.
Alright, now you can choose any way you want to enter the building for any map, but I would recommend on these earlier missions to just go right through the front door. But please be cautious, take your time.
Get down now!
I know for the S rank you do want to go a little bit faster than normal, but these beginning missions, the areas are so small, you can really just take as long as you need. Probably still get that
These
full
need to
S
stay
rank.
on you. Civilian is cuffed and good to go.
Alright, this time this area is pretty
Talk to Element.
pretty quiet.
Notify
Usually there's a lot of
trailers.
people in here, but I'm surprised. Alright. One thing I do hate is that these AI teammates can get caught indoors. Makes shit really annoying.
I ain't doing
Drop the
shit.
weapon and drop the weapon
Police
now!
think I'm gonna listen to you.
Hands on your head!
Drop the
Hands up,
weapon and
asshole!
get down.
On the ground now!
Get down now. Police, hands in the air.
Now, if I was using lethal force with that, with a live ammo weapon, I would almost guarantee be losing points for excessive force. But because I'm using the beanbag shotgun, these people not only are giving up a lot faster, but I'm not losing points for using excessive force.
Suspect in custody.
Entry team, this is Talk.
Entry
Trailers
team.
inbound.
Myself right
Suspect
now.
in custody.
Lead, this is Talk. Trailers notified.
Let's keep going.
Get down and don't move.
I was actually pretty lucky there. They were all kind of piled right there. That's usually not the case.
Lead the talk.
Sometimes they just get piled right
Talk to
together and makes
entry
it a lot
team.
easier
Copy.
for you. I'm gonna close this door for a second, just so I can clear out these rooms here. All right. Now notice how when I'm opening a door here, I'm gonna do it again on this door. When I'm opening a door, I'm hugging the far wall. Now this is because it doesn't happen very often, but there have been instances, and there was a time where I was actually recording this video, and it happened, where I opened a door, and because I wasn't off to the side and I was standing in the doorway, there was another enemy on the other side and completely lit me up and I died. Now if you're using a mirror gun, that can probably be avoided because
We have one
because of
civilian
my
down.
playstyle,
Element,
just
this
I
is
was
Talk.
unlucky that time.
Notifying morgue.
But it is avoidable, but if you're playing solo and you're not using mirror gun, I would recommend
as a board.
opening doors very slowly and at an angle. Alright, these areas are cleared. I'm gonna load my gun real quick and then we can go out this way. Back door's
Get down.
closed.
Don't reach for anything. Police, don't move.
Alright, I might want to throw a flashbang here.
Get down and keep
This
your
is
hands
civilian
up.
though, so I don't think I'll have
Down on your
to.
knees, hands up. Don't move.
These are civilians.
Let me see those hands. Police, get your
I
hands
would
up.
recommend being careful,
Hold your
even with
hands up.
flashbangs towards
Do it now.
civilians. I haven't really had instances where I lose points, but that could probably change in the future. I wouldn't be surprised if it does. So you just want to be careful.
Civilian ready for transport.
This is Talk. Continue with objectives.
Cuff him.
Who are you? Are you with them?
Police, hands up!
There is a murdered veteran here.
What?
unfortunately.
No.
Hey, over here, we need help! Move in and clear it. Copy. Strain him.
It's one of the main evidence
Talk. We have a civilian down here.
Talk to
we
element.
need.
Proceed with mission.
Civilian's ready. Talk. Good to go.
Talk to
I
lead.
think this whole
Keep
room is
going.
cleared,
Open it on the right.
so I think we can move on to the alleyway now. Actually, I am going to check just these bathrooms here as well. Why am I squad not falling in? Alright, clear. Clear. Alright, one thing that I forgot to mention. Noise is also a factor in this game. Especially in those later missions where stealth really is life or death for civilians. Noise is a big factor. So, one of the loudest things that you can do is yell, actually, whether you believe it or not. Yelling can be heard through multiple rooms. So although yelling is very useful at detaining watch me. Friendly fire. Yep, nice.
I don't have anything else on me. Hands up. Down on
Well,
your knees.
gotta restart. Excellent.
Suspect ready to go. Safe. Suspect good to go.
So even though, other than that, it was a flawless run, we still are not gonna get the S rank. Yep. Even because of that one friendly fire. So we're just gonna quickly restart this, and we'll give it another go. This time we're gonna go at a different angle. Alright, I personally seem to be having a lot of bad luck with this side alleyway here, so I'm gonna take care of this immediately. Even though my squad mates are yelling at this other guy. There we go. Get the fuck down.
Restrain them. I got cuffs.
Alright. Now, I'm gonna take care of the second worst room in this whole game.
Understand?
This fucking area.
Suspect.
Talk reporting.
Fucking
Keep
the
going.
lounge cafeteria area. But I'm gonna go in from this side actually. I was gonna go through that side main door. That main door, whatever. But fuck that, because sometimes there's a lot of people there. So I'm gonna go through this door here. And alright, let's get the gun out. I'm not gonna flash this. There's a guy right here though. Right?
Police don't fucking move.
Excellent. That's why we bring the bean bag.
I'll bag it.
Alright, this one's clear. Yep. Detain the suspect. I'm gonna clear out these bathrooms.
Entry team to talk. Suspect secure.
Lead,
Clear.
this is Talk. Proceed with mission.
Go, 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 go. Alright, now we're going to clear out this room. I think I want to flashbang this. I'm gonna do it.
Real spit, man. I got a drug problem. Drop the gun. Put it down. Don't move. Get down. I want to see hands.
Alright, now that was a good example of the AI teammates taking care of some shit as well.
Cuff him.
I can focus on this guy while
Talk
they
to
take care of
element.
somebody else.
Trailers incoming. Proceed with caution.
Suspect in custody. Ready for transport.
Talk to entry team.
Now there's a rare
Great work.
time
Keep
where
going.
your teammates can die if you're not too careful, but usually you don't have to worry about that. That doesn't really happen that often, especially not in the early games like this. But it can happen, so
Entry team to talk.
Take that into consideration when you're picking out
Doc,
the
get him
AI
ready.
attribute.
Notifying captain.
Over here, help! On the ground and hands up above your head. Keep your hands up.
Sometimes these guys are spooky.
Moving into handcuffs.
They be hiding like that.
Hey, over here!
With the LSPD.
Why are you arresting me?
Element to talk. Civilian good to go.
This is Doc. Continue mission.
We don't want any more trouble.
Move through here. There's the
You're
kid.
gonna be okay.
Element, this is Doc. Roger. Doc to Element. Trailer standing by.
Alright. I think we just have the main lobby, and that might be game.
Hands up! Drop to your knees!
Do that. Oh, there is somebody else over here. Oh, yep. We got store
Lost a
manager.
civilian.
Dead in a corner.
Hands up now! Get down on your knees! Get down! I want to see hands! Hands up!
Come
Bring
on.
it down! Police, hands up!
officer.
Entry team, this is Doc.
Secure 'em.
Notifying medical.
Gruesome sight. Alright.
Doc to lead. Proceed with mission.
Alright, that's why we bring the lockpick gun. We open that shit wicked fast, and I just want to circle. Hold on. Alright, here we go.
Hey, let me go, alright? I can't go back to the bin.
Well, you're going back. You made a stupid choice. Stupid is as stupid does. Alright, I think this is the last room, and then we're golden. Toss a flashbang all the way over there.
Put your fucking hands up!
We'll do a shout, see if we can hear anybody. I don't think we can. I spoke too soon.
Arrest him.
Cuffin.
That's the civilian from the other counter. Alright, I think that might be it. Unless there's a guy in the freezer.
Restrain him.
Moving into handcuffs.
Element, this is Doc. Trailers.
I want to apologize, everyone. My recording cut prematurely, so I wasn't able to show the last bit of footage at the end of that mission, but we did end up getting the S rank. If you saw at the bottom of your screen a couple seconds ago, it said, "Bring order to chaos." Now, if that appears on your screen, that means you no longer have to worry about any enemies in the area. They have all been dealt with. And at that point, the next thing you need to look for are any more leftover civilians or evidence that you may have missed. But we did get the S rank for that mission. I apologize I'm not able to show that last bit of footage. But just today, when I was going over my footage, I noticed that the last bit of that mission didn't record. So again, I apologize for that. But we did end up getting the S rank, and that is pretty much the basics of how to get S rank. You want to be in this type of flow state where you have a good amount of speed going. You want to be able to learn the maps and where the enemies are generally going to be, and where civilians and any sort of objectives are going to be. But give the maps a couple runs each time, learn everything that you need to, get comfortable with everything. But if you follow these tactics, you will be able to get to the end of the game, and you will be able to get S rank pretty easily. Again, feel free to change up your loadouts however you wish. Don't let me dictate how you play the game. But this overall should get you almost all of the S ranks. Now in the next video, we're going to be going over 23 megabytes a second, which is the second mission in the game. And it's one of my top favorites, so I'm really excited to go over that one with you all. If you made it this far into the video, I would like to thank you so much and urge you to consider liking and subscribing. Now, I love games like this. I love milsim games, ultra realistic games like this. I love them. And if I can make content doing something that I love and entertaining people along the way, then that's just a win-win for everybody. So again, thank you so much, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.